everybody, it's Christy, and today is Friday, March 14th, 2025, and so today marks the 35th anniversary of the passing of Ed Abbey, who is one of my favorite nature writers. He's known for biting, ironic humor, and he's grumpy and misanthropic, and he is a fierce defender of the national parks and public lands and wild areas, and that's one of the reasons I love him. And so I thought today, to celebrate the legacy of Ed Abbey, we could read two excerpts from two pieces of his. The first one's going to be from Serpents of Paradise, where he describes his relationships with some snakes in his trailer when he was serving as a park ranger. And this is how the essay ends. It seems to me possible, even probable, that many of the non-human, undomesticated animals experience emotions unknown to us. And he's referring to the snakes that he's had this whole essay, or this story that he's told here. So he's talking about snakes, but other animals too. What do the coyotes mean when they yodel at the moon? What are the dolphins trying so patiently to tell us? Precisely what did those two enraptured gopher snakes have in mind when they came gliding toward my eyes over the naked sandstone? If I'd been as capable of trust as I am susceptible to fear, I might have learned something new, or some truth so very old we've all forgotten it. What about that thought of being as capable of trust as we are of fear? And then he ends it this way. All men are brothers, we like to say, half wishing sometimes in secret it were not true. But perhaps it is true. And is the evolutionary line from protozoan to Spinoza any less certain? That also may be true. We're obliged, therefore, to spread the news, painful and bitter though it may be for some to hear, that all living things on earth are kindred. And like I said before, Ed Abbey was a park ranger, and he was serious about protecting our national parks and the wild areas and the public lands. And again, that's one of the reasons I love him. You know that I am an advocate for the national parks and protecting wildlands. So this next excerpt I'm going to read is from The Great American Desert. And he starts off with how much he loves the desert and why we should stay away. Precisely because he loves it. But here we go. In my case, it was love at first sight. This desert, all deserts, any desert. No matter where my head and feet may go, my heart and my entrails stay behind. Here, on the clean, true, comfortable rock, under the black sun of God's forsaken country. When I take on my next incarnation, my bones will remain bleaching nicely in a stone gulch under the rim of some faraway plateau, way out there in the back of the beyond. An unrequited and excessive love, inhuman, no doubt, but painful anyhow. Especially when I see my desert under attack. Whew. The one death I cannot bear, said the Sonoran Arizonan poet Richard Shelton. The kind of love that makes a man selfish, possessive, irritable. If you're thinking of a visit, my natural reaction is like a rattlesnake's, to warn you off. And then he gives lots of reasons why you shouldn't come to the desert, knowing in his ironic way, even though he's talking about some of the dangers of the desert, makes it all the more fascinating and exotic and appealing. But in honor of Ed Abbey's life and legacy and all that he represents in terms of park rangers and the national park and the wild open spaces of America, I pray that we will value the landscape and the animals and the wildlife God has provided us. We'll appreciate what it has to teach us, and we'll work to preserve it. Later, taters. Love you. Bye.